Hi, I'm Anvi, and I'm here with Ian Bergman, the Land Stewardship Coordinator. Can you please tell me about this area?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. So right now we have a backdrop of a beautiful wetland in Acton, right off 111 by one of our conservation lands, Guggins Conservation Land. And what's really impressive about this ecosystem is we are right now ending the month called American Wetlands Month, also known as May. And it's a really important month because we talk a lot about these ecosystems. Specifically the one behind me, this is a great example of a wetland. What's really fascinating about wetlands too is that they're made up of sort of different types of wetlands. What we can see with just the Phragmites growing, so these tall hay grass, that is a really good symbol of a marsh. Typically you find them on the coastline, or you'll find them on the banks of rivers and streams, and they're very, very good for absorbing water and flooding. And so these areas, the marshes themselves, act as sort of buffers for flooding. They're also really great for nutrients. So when we have an excess amount of nutrients entering our ecosystem, they can filter that out. They can filter out runoff. So it's really great when we have them near roads. The also really awesome thing about wetlands is they're great habitat for a lot of animals that are growing up. So you have a lot of fish that are young and growing up here before they make their way to the larger streams and rivers of Mass. You also have frogs and bullfrogs and turtles and salamanders that use this space for either breeding or bugs, or generally just living in this area. We heard some frogs earlier. Wetlands in general across the United States have actually declined. More than half of the entire wetlands of the United States have declined since the 1800s. This was a large part due to the fact that a lot of wetlands were drained for agriculture purposes. But today we're making strides in both restoring wetlands and having protections for them. Acton in 2003 passed their own local law known as the Wetlands Protection Act. This is like the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act, but has some extra protections for these areas, which is really important because they're also very sensitive. As we look towards climate change into the future, wetlands are going to be a very big area for absorbing CO2 and also helping absorb a lot of our storm damage and flooding. At the same time, these ecosystems are very sensitive. Increases in temperature can maybe lead to some of the species being extinct or having to migrate away from these areas. But as long as we have wetlands in Acton, we'll do our best to protect them, restore them, and improve them as much as we can. Thank you.
Thank you.